Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of the Lifted, Lowered, and Confused podcast, coming at you live from the fancy theater room in Scotty's giant garage.
Yeah, you thought y'all had some big ones. This is redunculous.
Yeah.
The theater. Yeah, and by the way, this is the compound.
Whatever.
So you know it's big.
Huge.
When you live on site with your in-laws, that's the compound.
This is ridiculous.
It's
I should have sold sod.
This is listen. This is the movie room inside of the garage.
Yeah.
This nicer than my house.
Yeah, there's an apartment inside the garage. There's a kitchen behind us, a bathroom behind us.
It goes back. So anyway.
I'm back, bitches.
Trent's back. Welcome. Trent's back.
We're going to get 5 viewers now.
Trent's back. Dean's been going through some things. He was medically diagnosed with
retardation.
What's it called? Hurtphilioma.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So
I thought it was the Downs.
Maybe.
I dodged it. It touched me a little bit, but
I can see where it nicked you.
it nicked me. I got nicked a little bit.
Got a little Roadmaster.
Yeah, I got a touch of Roadmaster, baby.
Oh goodness!
So Dean saw something on the internet that sparked his hatred and hit him right in the feels and made him go to the hospital and get diagnosed with hurtphilioma.
Shockingly.
What exactly did you see?
Oh my God! So, what are we doing? The clown car first?
No, which one?
What hurt your feelings?
Oh,
The car that hurt your feelings.
That's $750,000.
It's actually $820K after dealer fees.
I can't do. I quit.
So everyone has seen it by now, I'm sure. It is the
Tandem
laid-out
axle
tandem Hummer thing.
Yeah, tandem axle Hummer with a
Surprise!
What an atrocity!
Surprise!
I'm sorry.
Dean doesn't like it.
It's such an insult to the actual car builders.
Why? What is insulting about it?
Okay. The fact that it looks like they had a bunch of shit in their garage in the corner and said, you know what? Let's just glue that shit together.
You mean like literally every rat rod in existence?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
But here's the thing.
It's a high-end rat rod.
It's a proper rat
not
rod.
wrong.
A proper rat rod is a lot different than the face value rat rods of today where it looks like they drove 60 miles an hour into a yard sale. Those, in my opinion, look like a joke in themselves. They've got like board games and lanterns and everything glued to the side of it. That's a joke. It's not a car. It's not. They call them rolling works of art. I call them painful to the eyes. A proper rat rod is you have a few different vehicles, a few different parts put together, all assembled to make this running thing looks like it's come to life outside of a field or a barn. Not, hey, I stopped at so-and-so's flea market and I bought 3 lanterns, a sword, and
3 what?
3 lanterns.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lanterns.
a sword,
I don't know what a lantern is.
a sword and 2 bike chains, and I'm gonna glue them to the side of my rat rod and call it cool and trendy. No, it's trash. You've literally bought trash and put it on your vehicle. It looks like trash. I'm sorry. That will never hold a place in my heart. It's not craftsmanship. It's just literally finding a bunch of things and slapping them on a vehicle.
So you as a fabricator don't appreciate the work that went into this at all. You're going to tell me that.
I have not seen it up close. However, I'm sure. Actually, I'm not sure because I've unfortunately sidestep. I've worked on a lot of cars that have gone through the block. Meekum, a couple of them that have gone through Barrett Jackson. And just because you see it in shiny paint and also going through an auction block, it's the glitz and the glamour that really is the smoke and the mirrors because I've worked on a handful of these vehicles over the last 5 years and some speed shops that I've been. And a lot of them, by and large, are really badly put together to a point where they're good to get across the block and to show off to your friends in your very expensive garage with your very large car collection. But actual drivability is trash. I can genuinely say I have only seen one out of probably rough thereabouts in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 cars that I've dealt with from Meekum and from Barrett Jackson, one that was actually drivable. and put together appropriately and acceptable.
I think there's videos of it on the street, right? It's drivable.
But so I'm just saying it, and but there's longevity of driving, what's binding, what's great. So now I don't know the craftsmanship of this, but if it's done and put together properly, I can still appreciate good fabrication. I can still appreciate proper welds. I can still appreciate the proper space clearances and everything, and geometry of suspension, of engine, horsepower. Versus, I can appreciate all those things. But when it literally looks like you took a Hummer,
It's a Hummer. We got it up right here.
you took, it's a
There it
oh
is. There it
God. You found we had an extra 626s laying around. We threw it on. We're not going to do four wheels. We're going to make it a tandem axle. Then we're going to make.
I think it's on a Hellcat too.
Then we're going to bag it and put this giant box on the ground. It's made for everything about it is off road. And then we're going to put a massive Formula One wing on the back and call it new and custom and it's not, to me, it's not pushing the limits of anything. It's just a bunch of things put together. There isn't a single line on that flows.
No, we're looking at this one now, not this one. We're talking about this one. I agree with, but the first one.
Well, we'll get to that.
So there's zero, literally nothing on that car flows. There's no lines. There's no beginning and end. It's just this long thing put together with a Formula One wing on the back. The proportions are off. On top of not having any lines, the proportions are off on it completely, from the body to the massive excess amount of space in the rear for a set of tandem axles and 26s and a Formula One wing. The front, you've taken, again, the classic look, and I'm not even a huge fan of the Humvee, but you've got the classic look of the Hummer, and now you've put this huge air dam, like
It's muted.
ground effects kit on the front of it.
Can you look up extensive Hummer?
What's up? Oh, you've got a ground effects kit on the front of this thing now, and it's destroying the Hummer in itself. Just nothing about.
I like it. I would ride the shit out of this truck.
I would Thelma and Louise that thing off the side of a cliff, and I would hold no one's hand but my own.
Because it's a Hummer?
No, just because
they did this to a Hummer, or like
just everything about that is cringeworthy to anybody that's really to actual metal shapers and metal massagers and people that are out there really restoring or building genuine, new and inventive, quality looking creations, artistic creations. Listen.
Somebody at Jesse James, what do you think about this thing?
This is out of the box for me. I like it. I like it a lot.
Bro, that looks like somebody dumped out a box.
Justin, what are your thoughts on this thing?
I kind of dig it, but the wing's got to go.
What would you put without the wing? What's going to be on the back of it? Without the wing, I think it would look ridiculous.
Okay, new question, Justin. If it wasn't green, would you still like it?
Is that really green? It's almost like
Yeah, it's OD green.
Yeah.
It's OD green.
It's a green. It's not your green.
it could be black.
Okay.
Can.
Ryan, what do you think about it?
I've seen worse.
That's when you start off with that.
I've seen worse. I've seen better.
But do you like this? Do you hate this?
I don't hate it. I'm not a hater of it. I wouldn't have spent. I will never spend that kind of money on something like
Well,
that.
no. Price is irrelevant.
No. We're just talking about aesthetics.
Do you like it? Can you get behind that?
If I rolled up to your house and I honked the horn, are you hopping in to go for a
What are you saying? You saying, man, that's cool?
That's ugly. I ain't getting in that thing.
Why
I'll
would you
call the police.
buy that?
Well, it's supposed to have some big horsepower motor, so I'd be like, let's see what it does. But otherwise,
So,
Well,
this
I
being-
don't like it, and let me tell you why. For a complete different reason than Dean, right? Everyone has
It's not Regal Red.
so everybody has their do's and don'ts, what they would's, what they wouldn'ts. For me, when I build something or buy something or want something, I want it for that purpose. To me, it looks like this Hummer is trying to do too many things. I can get behind it. I dig it. It's like you said. It's out of the box. I can appreciate it, but I don't like it because it kind of wants to be racy. It kind of wants to be off road.
What on this wants to be off road?
I don't know, maybe the entire Hummer
right.
portion of it.
That's what makes it cool.
The wheels,
Does it, man?
All right. So, are you guys familiar with the extensive Hummer?
no.
The extensive Hummer?
Extensive build Hummer was one of their first builds. Ryan's got pictures of it. What's your take on this?
Ryan, that's a nude.
Can we put it up on the big screen?
Yeah, we'll put it. We'll be up here.
See, I can get behind that Hummer because it's a laid out Hummer,
So is this?
but it's not.
It just doesn't have the wheels
It's not.
tucked
It
in.
Well,
wants- it wants to be-
that's
it wants to
again-
be a race truck.
That's
slash
7 different
off-road
builds
truck.
that they had extra pieces from that they put together. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
Like I get.
So here's what I like about this.
But that Hummer
Wait.
is not Hummering. That was his thing. He said if you
Right.
get a Hummer,
Right.
he wants to do Hummer things. That ain't doing.
Okay,
Hummer
wait.
things.
No.
Hummering.
You've got
Hummering.
you don't have a ground effects kit on the front. You've got the original, essentially the majority of the original body. The lines on it flow because guess what? The whole thing is a Hummer.
So is this?
No.
No.
2/3 of that is a Hummer. Bro, take your finger away.
Have you seen a
You need to
military
pull
Hummer?
that mic away from your face.
Have you seen a military Hummer?
Don't eat the
This is
mic.
where they end.
Oh, listen.
They drop off.
So this is just like any other vehicle. This is like it's bagged and bodied. Yes, it's a Hummer. Granted, it doesn't have a giant wing. It doesn't have an extra 12-foot frame hanging off the back end of it.
I
It also
thought you
wasn't.
would
wait,
appreciate.
it also wasn't chopped in the rear. It doesn't have tandem wheels in the rear. It does. I mean, it does. It just. This is just a bagged and
See,
bodied
the
vehicle.
tandem thing doesn't even bother me. It's
Say, are you a hater of tandems, Dean?
it's
No, I like tandems on a nice old school truck. I think that just as a whole, encompassing that whole build, one thing is just more ridiculous than the next. And I don't mean ridiculous like, wow, they're really edgy and pushing the limits. It's just like, hey, we've got a bunch of extra shit hanging around. Let's build this.
Yeah.
And they put it together, and somebody said yes. And they
Stay
were
tuned.
all
Tandem
wrong.
Axle Fleetwood coming at you soon.
I think there's so I'll try to go even more simple than that. Ready? Just from a very simplistic standpoint, no part of that vehicle flows. There's no lines on
I think it does. I think it flows. I
and that's fine.
kind
Listen,
of figure
everybody's
what
got
they
their
were going
opinions.
for.
Yeah.
I like it. Now this one, no, this one doesn't do anything for me.
Which one?
The blue one.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
like
no.
that either.
I'm not, and that to me is just I'm just not a fan because it's just the rat rod craze. Everything's got to be a rat rod. Turn everything to a rat rod.
Yeah.
Rat rod. Like that's that's everything. Like
Word of the day, rat rod.
See how it had
Yeah.
the back? They just extended it out there and put some wheels in the back.
it's just I don't know. It's the same thing that you do the whole body up to the firewall, open engine, grill in the front, and they do it to everything and call it rat rod.
See?
So it's just not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool anymore. I'm sorry. Like everybody's done. They've done
agree.
everything.
I agree with you there.
But that's that's a preference. I would drive that in a minute before.
You would take the blue one over.
I
the
would
green
take
one.
the blue one over the friggin' India Afghanistan thing that they built. Yeah,
Jesus Christ. You on that strong crack?
bro, that thing.
All right.
That thing is trash.
You
I'm
taking
sorry.
the blue one or the green one?
I'm taking the green one.
Green.
Thank you.
That's
Blue or
fine.
green?
Of the two, definitely green.
Great. That's like the presidential election again.
That's the
You're fired.
They're both a little meh, but which one would you pick?
That's the one that's where you got grazed. That's, that's that chromosome talking.
That's it, chromosome talk.
Anyway, leave in the comments if you like that green tandem thing or
You like that green tandem thing? Yeah.
not. I mean, yeah.
We are talking about ugly builds today.
That's,
So-
that's
We
true.
could cap it right there.
Listen,
That's the whole
all these
episode.
guys got diagnosed with hurtfilium. They saw these cars online and they got their
I think this one's going to be unanimously
This one,
hated.
I'm pretty positive everybody's going to be behind this
Bro,
abortion
it looks
of
like,
a car.
Yo,
listen.
Ronald McDonald hit a scratch off. That's what that
Not even, dude. It's like,
if you notice, when you brought it up in the group chat, I didn't say a word.
if you like this, we're not boys anymore.
because
Swear to God.
wait.
I just want to say
Ready?
before we
I'll
get
bet
into any
you-
more vehicles.
I'll bet you his car builder built it.
I just want to say before we get into more vehicles.
15 years in the making.
Still actually at the shop.
Hey, Ryan's trying to say something, man. I know.
Before
he needs
before
to
we
back-
get into the
trying to say
next
something.
vehicle, that we have a new soundboard and stuff's working, and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well,
new
let's-
soundboard.
Well, let's not jinx it.
Everything. Yeah, you can see Trent on the end get electrocuted and pass out.
Shock therapy.
That's the way my luck was this week. So I don't even know what the hell this is.
Bro, Ronald McDonald hit a scratch off.
What is that?
That is a clown
Listen,
car.
I don't hate it.
What do you like about it? Please.
This will actually be my last episode of this podcast as well. I'm done after this.
So you were saying that nothing flowed in the Hummer.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think it flowed. Nothing flows here. You have 18 different color schemes,
Correct. Nothing
14
goes
different
together.
types of build. This is atrocious.
You have a very, very red interior, which is nice when it's partnered with a proper color.
But it's ghetto.
You've got
see, like there's a
chameleon-
speaker box
I
laying
know.
on the floorboard.
Yeah, that's
You've
not,
got that don't count.
Well,
that
no,
don't
that's
count.
that's the center console.
Yeah.
Just laying on the center floorboard.
But it's on the other side too. It's the center console.
So you've got a chameleon paint job with a full red interior. That already clashes so
What about them wheels, though?
aggressively.
28 inches gold.
20. Wait. Love the color of the wheels only because I love gold. But now you've got, and I hope the viewers can see this properly at home because we're going to put pictures up. You've got chameleon paint up against 20, probably roughly 26s or 28s, solid gold. Then up against,
They got a chrome lip on them.
then up against a very, very red, full red interior. And then here's the other thing. So again, from the aesthetic standpoint, from the builder standpoint,
There's no mistake.
nothing flows, but also you've got a car that is, if you look at the rear, it's not long and flowing in teardrop, it's stubby. So now when you put it on such tall rims, you've now made it look shorter and chunkier. You've taken away that nice, you're taking any lines that car has and you're diminishing the lines. That's why when you get a full side profile of that, it's just this, it looks like a very obscure toaster on giant wheels.
It's so,
Any lines that car had are gone with those wheels.
You think there's too many colors? You don't think it looks good because it's too many colors?
No, nothing goes.
Listen, Chameleon's tough to pull off, but I've seen
Listen,
some
man.
nice vehicles do.
Listen. Rainbow's got all the colors, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, but
You've
they
also got all
should have
the
definitely
shirts,
picked
too.
a different
You trying to
color
cut-
for the.
You trying to tell us something?
They should have
No.
picked a different color for the interior to go
Bet
with
you I
the
know what
chameleon
color his
paint.
shirt's going to be next week.
2024, man.
I bet you I know what color his shirt's going to be next week.
Rainbow.
No.
He going to come in like
Hard
this.
pass.
We are the world.
Riding on a unicorn or some shit.
That is
Hey.
bro, that is a yoked unicorn.
Tag's all broke in the middle.
I hate all of you.
Listen.
I don't hate it. I like the color. I think the wheels go good with it.
Mock my words, Trent.
The
If the
interior-
wheels weren't on that thing, if they weren't gold, he wouldn't even give a second.
The
look at that.
the interior is a little bright, but
Like for this, you have 3 different cars here.
Thank
the
you.
interior of one car,
All three of those
the
things don't
exterior
match.
of one car, and the wheels of another car.
All three of those things do not match.
Not even close.
Nope.
I can tell you. Okay, Dean, what are you driving? This or the green thing?
Oh god, dude, put a
No. You got to pick one. You got to pick one.
At least it's all one color. Rims match. This flows.
He's gonna
What are you
pick the green one,
This flows better.
or he's gonna pick this out of principle.
bro. I'm like pinching myself right now
gotta
because
pick
I'm
one.
trying to give a genuine, honest answer here.
I genuinely would drive the other one before that.
Shut up. Really?
Yes,
Why?
because it's more of my style.
I'm second guessing our
What
entire.
style would you call that?
It's an old car. It's a classic.
You seen any new
could-
Hummers?
I
Oh,
could-
no, it's an old car too, bro.
I could save that car.
No.
I feel with
the
the
question
Hummer-
is driving it as it is.
I feel with
I would drive that car.
with the Hummer, there's going to be a large majority of people that are going to go when they see the Hummer. They'll be like, "Oh, look at that thing! Ah, that's cool, yeah." And then there's going to be so many, unless you're going down the right avenue.
You're gonna get.
There's
hit
going to
with
be so
hate.
many people, especially the older demographic, are going to see, what in the fuck did this kid do to this car?
You drive this down the street, you're gonna get egged. Kids are gonna throw eggs at you.
So you're picking the Hummer that you hate so much.
I'll be if I'm being dead honest right now, move over. We're going on a date. I'm driving that piece of shit with you. I hate that thing, dude. That thing is an atrocity.
You hate the Hummer then?
I hate them both. I do.
But you'd rather roll this one.
I have a better chance of dying with that one. It has no top. Please. I have a better chance of getting my head cut off somehow.
That is so bad. Though.
Dude, I know. Listen, they're both bad. It's like, do you want this STD or this STD? Well, they
I'm gonna
both
take this
suck.
one all day. Happy.
Good.
Whatever happened to respect all builds, huh?
That's not a build.
This is a bill. The other one,
That's a bunch of things from a corner just
but
slapped
somebody had to
together.
build it.
I'll tell you this. I can't do this to a Hummer. Somebody has more talent than me. So this is the other one.
I physically can't do it to a Hummer.
That's just atrocious. So bad.
Yeah, that's just somebody with poor taste, and they got some real ghetto vibes behind them. That's
You know what this is, right?
You know what it isn't?
2020 tax returns, 2021 tax returns, 2022 tax returns. They forgot what they did to it the year before.
Oh,
Bruh.
man. They're keeping up with the times.
Wait for 2025. It's gonna have a wing on it too. So yeah, on some real shit. They're both bad. Actually, the only thing I've liked that you've shown me so far is that like that orange.
The extensive.
Yeah, like orange creamsicle colored. Now, would it be my first pick? No. Is it a big body? Yeah, it's a big body. It's a very boxy, big body Hummer.
Well, see,
That's not even a real Hummer, though.
But I can't knock the off-road vehicle.
it's a stage 2.
Yeah, that's like a Tahoe with a body kit.
I can't knock the off-road vehicle kind of going down on the ground because people do dualies all the time. And I love doing.
Well, dualies aren't
Duals.
off-road vehicles.
Yeah,
Well, no, but it's a big lifted truck, for most times, or it's just a large truck in itself, meant for utility, and it's laid out. So the Hummer, kind of in the same boat. It's a big utility type of vehicle, and it's laid out. Would it be my first choice? No, but does that look appropriate? Listen, I'm not trying to stroke nobody's ego here, blow nobody, smoke here, but extensive. Far few do I ever see come out of extensive that I'm not impressed with.
They're some amazing.
And I don't know whose feelings that's going to hurt that's viewing this, but from a building standpoint, from somebody who's worked in these styles of shops, in shops like extensive, it's I think almost everything, if not 99% of everything, is done in house, and it's done right.
Yeah.
And they don't have any weak areas, because whatever they don't do, they also have the right people on the payroll that they sub it out to, that it gets done right. Every build I've seen.
For them, I think if you're doing a full build with them,
Introductory is like 150.
150.
Yeah.
It starts at 150 and goes
Yeah,
up.
goes up.
So-
But you can rest
What are you
assured
building for $1.50?
Not so much.
that the one with the rims and the drop top, the red interior.
Well, you can't even get into Ken Diggett for $250.
Really?
And here's but you got to remember too, it gets to a point where it's like you're also buying the name.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah, 100%.
I have a Condigit. I have an extensive. Are these things, all of them, really worth that? I'm not going to say.
I want to say something that might hurt a lot of people's feelings. I'm not a fan of Ken Diggett's work.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I'll take extensive over.
And I'm not listen. Not my favorite builder. West Coast Customs.
Oh, they do
not,
garbage stuff.
Not my favorite.
Garbage.
Not my favorite builders.
Where's your solid?
But I can't knock their hustle. I mean, they're
making money.
listen. They've got shops bigger than the block that I live on some real shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't knock their hustle, and what they found a niche, and they honed that skill in that niche, and they're doing it. But if I ever had to work for a place or wanted to be around a place, it would be like, what's Jesse James Street Rod Shop? That's out in Texas. So
Austin Speed Shop.
Austin Speed Shop, or like Extensive Metalworks. Bro, if you hiring, I'm in. Like,
There's so many lesser known builders that are so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, I was browsing through YouTube yesterday, and I stumbled across this video. I think it just came out too. It's about this guy, Topo, that does the Fleetwood conversions to 2-doors.
Really?
He was the first cat to do it, and
He's kind of like mastered it, I'm sure.
he's doing a couple more, and then he's not doing any more.
I feel kind of silly owning a Fleetwood, not knowing who that is. You're gonna have to show me this guy.
Yeah, and he explains how he does it, and it's.
I'm sure he's got a whole process. down
Props
now.
to that guy, man. That guy's doing some big things over there.
Not something I would do to mine, because I do love the 4-door peel.
I think he's known. I think on Instagram he's known as like the wide body king or something like that. 'cause
Okay.
He started doing wide bodies on like
Okay.
Dodges and exotics and stuff like that.
But you're talking my car now. He does like 93 to 96 Fleetwood 2-door conversion.
Yeah, he's done a couple convertible ones too.
I will say this: it's not my first pick on doing something like that to my car, because I love the 4-door peel on that big girl.
That's what we got it.
But I will say this: what's up?
That's what we got it.
Right. But I will say this, because it's very easy to mess anything up. So I've seen people mess up a pot of boiling water. you can make a 2-door something or a drop top something and still make it look like trash. Just because it's a 2-door doesn't mean it automatically looks good. I've seen the conversions that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, other people have started doing them, but
Right.
he does them a specific way.
Right.
Because check this out. Much like Scotty, props to Scotty, wanted to make his S10 look as factory as possible.
Right.
That was his goal when he did these conversions.
Yeah.
If Cadillac did this, how would it be?
Thank you. That's what I was trying
And
to
that's
say. Yeah.
exactly what he did.
Everything's
so I'm not
proportionate.
I'm not going to go into I'll show you the video because I'm not going to go into how he does it. I recommend you guys find that video and watch it. It's
Put the link up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Link it in there, so you can check it out.
But it's
The everything is appropriate. The way he trims things down, how he makes other glass disappear. Like it's like I've seen the conversion you're talking about, because we've touched on this before, but we didn't have a name behind it before. It looks like a factory. Aesthetically it looks correct.
Yeah.
Just not my thing. I want to do a 4-door. I bought the big 4-door because I want the big 4-door.
It's like the people that are doing the hoods where because your whole grill comes up with the hood.
Yeah, the whole grill comes up with it, and
they're trimming it out, so just the hood comes up,
yep.
and the grill's still attached.
Yep.
Oh, that looks clean. I like that.
It does look clean. They make it. They
Saw that a lot out west when we were out there. So.
Yeah, it's 3 of them at the same show. I'm like, I've never even seen this once. And they're like, oh yeah, there's 3 of them in the show. And they keep the front lip of the hood, keep it stationary, weld it in place, keep the grill stationary, weld it in place. Everything's locked in place. And they trim off the front of it and they make a new body line. And they make the hood open up, obviously like it normally does, but it's less the whole 6-inch front portion of the hood and the grill. It stays stationary, and that looks wild. And it's one of those things that if you don't really know you're looking at it, it looks like a factory car. I knew it because I was like,
you didn't even know initially. You didn't notice
initially
it
I did not
until
know
they
that.
pointed
That's
it
how
out.
smooth it was, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, hold up,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up, wait a minute.
And then Trent saw it, and he's like, damn, you're right. Did that come out a different year? I'm like, no, never. I know that now. Now that I'm looking at it, 93 to 96 never came like that. Wow.
Yeah, I think one of the only things that changed was the besides the drivetrain was where they put the outside mirrors.
Yeah. It's called
The door to the filler.
it's header panel or something. Like the front header panel of that hood is where they kept. It's just, I was impressed, and that's something not a lot of people think of doing, and they do it, and it's like unless you really know what you're looking for, you look right past it.
No, I did. 100% looked right past it. So,
Until he came up and said something, you better look at this. I paid a lot of money for this.
right.
You better not look past this.
Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Somebody look at this.
Somebody come look at this.
Come look at
That's what I told you. I said, Trent, come over here. Somebody come look at this. But yeah, there's some really rough builders out there.
Well, you were talking about like finding little builders or something like where we picked up Brian's frame. That little shop. What was it?
Mango Bay Metalworks.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
They
now
have
you
some
know.
impressive stuff in there.
First off,
I
the
didn't
owner
get to go with you on that one.
the owner is a
Super cool.
super cool, pleasure to talk to, very knowledgeable, not full of himself.
Yeah,
just,
what did
just
he- what
kind
did
of
he
the
say?
kind of people you want to do business with.
Yeah.
What did he say at one time? At one point, he was like, "If I don't know, my other guys in the shop with me know."
Yeah, if what I don't know, they know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's
And
got
he seemed like it made like a very fun workplace. Like
the shop was in exceptional states, and by that I mean it was clean. Everything was, everything had its place. There were projects all the projects were like right in the middle of, and nothing was like
Was it like largest shop down there, Bowtie, in Miami?
Figured not.
yeah,
But that cleanliness.
Oh,
Remember
yeah, it was
his shop
that level of cleanliness. Yeah, like
Yeah.
we went to Bowtie Connection
this
out
dude
in
had
Miami.
two. He had two. What's the Vegas show? The big one there. SEMA. He had two SEMA builds in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, if you talk about level of cleanliness, when we walked around, we're like, man, it looked. And and the first thing, what's old boy from Bowtie? Shout out.
Large.
What is it?
Large.
Yeah, large. He was just like, yeah. End of the week, I have everybody always clean everything. I want their box clean. I want their station clean. We start Monday fresh. Everything's fresh. This place on a Tuesday night or whatever night it was that we went out there, everything was like. There was like a couple drawers open, but everything was like clean, neat, had its place. There weren't tools everywhere. The ground was like fresh paint, clean. Like there wasn't anything out of place. But beyond that, the level of builds in there, the level of craftsmanship going on in there. Again, being a builder, some of the tools that they had. There's tools in there that most people don't even know the names of, let alone know how to use.
Yeah.
And they had 2 and 3 of them. In some aspects for different metal shaping. A lot of metal shaping in that place going down. But overall, very, very impressed by that shop. Very impressed by the.
Drop my
You
phone.
okay? You good, baby? I know you back. I know it's fresh. I remember my first time too.
A little nervous.
Very, very impressed by the shop. Very impressed by the appearance of the shop, and very impressed by the attitude and the knowledge of the owner. Yeah, can't say enough about Mango Bay Metalworks.
You pretty much
Other than
offered for a job. It's kind of pitiful watching. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, man, I'll fuck you.
I was just like, where were you 3 years ago? I was looking for another job.
Speaking of shops, my electrician stayed more than 4 minutes.
Oh, did he trip?
He's done. He's done. Now
Yeah, he's done. He twisted his ankle. He ain't going nowhere. You probably shut the garage on him.
Waiting on FPL. Hopefully in 10, 12 more days or so, I'll have, hopefully.
This seems a lot like a
That's
car you
electric.
once had built. Listen, we're almost there.
To defend Will, FPL does take a minute.
Are they sanding on the electric box? Are they sanding on that?
So much.
You know who we you know
Justin
who
said
we hate?
all night, just as a little giggle in the corner.
This just feels eerily close to a car build that we know of. You know that one, Trent?
He has the worst luck with
Of all my friends,
everything. Like if it comes to, I have money,
if
I
this
need
was
something
Bob's,
done.
listen, if this was Bob's Burgers, it'd be like, I love you, but your luck is just terrible. Like it's just terrible.
Like when it comes to if I need anything, I'm like, hey, Will, do you have any recommendations? And he's gonna say, yeah, call this dude. That's the dude I'm not gonna call.
him ever. Do you have? If he doesn't work out, do you have any other recommendations? And all three of those that he mentions, you do not call.
Do not call them.
You leave them
Wait,
off.
Move on to the
Are
next
eating
one.
this microphone, buddy.
I'm sorry.
You hungry? I know it. I know you hungry.
I am.
Don't
I'm not
worry.
gonna
We're
lie.
almost done. You can get something to eat in a minute.
You hungry too? Don't lie.
I am hungry.
Let's go get some food when we're done.
All right.
Where's the closest crumble?
You about one McGriddle
No-
away from
nowhere
that
near
bottom
here.
button just going, ow.
No crumbles near here.
But
No.
yeah, man.
We need to get lazy boys for reals.
You and I.
That's true. That's true. On that note, we're going to take a nap and get some food.
Will's like,
Catch you on the next one.
About to go into a sugar coma.
Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment on whether you like these here vehicles or not.
Hummer's badass. Dean, you're wrong. Sorry.
Oh God.
Sorry about your luck.
Anyway, I think
Next
the theme,
time,
the theme to
move a
this
little more.
episode is
Yeah, that's the sound it made coming off the Meekum block.
No, it didn't.
At 800, at 820 grand.
That's the song.
Bro,
right?
The fact that the fact that somebody paid that much money for that just shows that even rich people out there with tons of money, so much disposable
More money
income,
than brains.
more money than brains, also don't have taste or common sense.
I like it.
Why are
I'm
you
poor
so
shit. And I
salty?
like the car. So
Yeah, when you say I like, when you look at that and you say I like
it's that
it,
medical condition.
yeah, when you see it and you say that, just be I like it. That's a really nice car. Say that, and then go put your head under a Roadmaster and let it roll over you backwards
we
Bye,
want,
guys.
We want to build a shop, right?
twice.
We need to build stuff like that.
We need
that
to
the
build.
rich
Well,
people like.
so we need to buy a Fiat and just go wild with it one time.
If we can sell it for $750,000,
Yep.
You can't argue with that logic.
I can't because I would.
that's the thing. You can't build what you want.
I'm sorry,
You got
did
to
you
build
put a-
what people
That's
will
right.
buy.
Did you
right.
put a circle
Listen.
track wing on
Listen.
a Gremlin?
Listen,
Yes,
to,
I did.
to quote the great Joe Dirte, it's not what you like, it's the consumer. There you have it, folks. We'll catch you on the next one.